guys, it's Fultoncards here, live and direct from Brooklyn, New York City. Let's go. So today I thought I'd pop the lid on a how-to vid. So I'm going to take you guys through a group break from start to finish, from analyzing the checklist to bidding on eBay to the group break itself to the randomizations within the group break. So this is going to be a long video, a long Sunday video. So, just stay tuned and enjoy. So of course there's multiple types of breaks, right? So there are team breaks whereby you pick a team, or they're randomized teams, but you pick a team and then you receive all the cards from that team or all the hits from that team. There are random team breaks whereby the teams are randomized and you get a randomized team. Hit selects whereby you get all the hits, a specific type of hit. So let's say the blue autos, you get all the blue autos if you pay for the blue autos, as opposed to, silver autos or whatever. And the one I'm doing today is a name break. So it's an eBay name break. It means that you bid on eBay for a particular name on the checklist, and then you receive all the cards of that name from the case break. So let's get into it. I'm going to do Leaf Ultimate from start to finish. So here is the product checklist. So the first thing to do, of course, is to analyze the checklist. There are some team miscellanies, so if you want to target him, you can. Now, do note that for this particular product, there will be 10 boxes per case and only 3 cards per box. So in the entirety of the break, there's only going to be 30 cards that you can hit. So that is something you have to be very mindful. So then you have to think about, who am I going to target? Who am I going to bid on eBay? Well, what's your budget? So my budget this time is around $250 US, okay? So I'll bid for maximum of $250 for all the names combined on eBay. Now, who would I want? So my overall strategy is to go after players with many cards on the checklist, cheap HAB slots for sure, cheap legends with booklets. I want booklets. There should be 1 or 2 per case, although there aren't sometimes, unfortunately. Multi-way autos for sure. Avoid multi-way relics, because there's a lot of players on there who only have 1 card on the checklist, and then you have to win the randomization. I also want to go after cheap goalies like Moog and McLean, who are on multi-way goalie autos. Very quickly go through the checklist. You have auto mems, you have money players, which are autos. Storybook franchises are those booklets, which is awesome. Magazines are cool magazine cover looking autos. Ultimate inscriptions are inscription cards. So they're all sticker autos, I think, in this product, because they don't have the rights. And there are variation inscriptions and dual inscriptions, which are really cool. Ultimate SIGs, SIG 3, SIG 4, SIG 6s, 8s. So you can see the entirety of the checklist, Mount Rushmore, so these are by teams. So it's a pretty nice checklist. Now, I do have to be careful with Gordie Howe. I do want to target him, same with Bobby Hull, but they could be short printed. It could be that they don't have base to 25 or 45. They might only have parallels that are low numbered because they only have so many sticker autos remaining, because they're kind of like product hits. So know that all names on the checklist are not born equally. So who would I target? Well, I would target HABs. I target players who are in the booklets. I would target players who have inscriptions. I would target players who aren't only in multi-ways, because then you have to win the randomization of the multi-way. So let's say you have an 8-way multi-way. Even if you hit that card on the checklist, you only have a 1 in 8 chance, depending on how many times the player appears on the checklist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target players with a lot of autos. I'm going to target players who have inscriptions. I'm going to target players who are part of the booklets. That really is it. And less so players who are in multi-way material relics, okay? Because then you have to win those randomizations. So let's see here. Let's quickly look at the players that I might want to target. So Bobby Hull has 10 appearances on the checklist. So maybe I want to hit him. Now, what's another way to hit him? Another way to hit him is pick the Dennis Hull and win that duel, because it's a duel. So Dennis Hull will be cheaper than the Bobby Hull, and he's in this one as well. So he's in the Ultimate 4s, and I can target him via the Frank Mahovlich or also the Dennis Hull. So what I should do is probably bid on a Dennis Hull. And where else? And the Anders Hedberg. So I could pick an Anders Hedberg and Ulf Nielsen in the hopes of hitting this trip and winning the randomization with Bobby Hull in it. So that's a strategy that you could potentially use, right? But really, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get guys who are very frequent in the checklist. So let's say Lindros, for example. He appears 17 times on the checklist, which is very, very frequent. Is he in standalone autos is the question. Yes, he is. We want him in standalone autos because you don't have to worry about randomizations. So he's also in an Ultimate 4, so he's a guy we're targeting. The question is, can we get him affordably? Usually I pay $1 per prevalence on the checklist. So if you have him 17 times on the checklist, I'd pay a maximum of 17. I'd actually do multiply by 1.5 for him because I think he's a little bit more valuable than some of the other names. But he's in the trios as well, so he would be a good guy to target. So who else would I want to target? Perhaps Larry Robinson. He appears, it says 11 times here, but it's probably a little bit less because there's some other things at the bottom of the checklist that would have caught that name. But Robinson is in the storybook, so I would want to target him. And he does have quite a few appearances, and he does have standalone autos, and I think he is in some multi-way autos. So he would definitely be, so he's in the SIGs 4, so he's somebody I'd probably target. So let's see, Lafleur, 13 appearances, although it's probably it's closer to 10 because it catches some cards at the bottom of the checklist that aren't in the checklist. So yeah, he's in the SIG 6. That is amazing. So I would definitely want to target him. Ocho set. So he's in one of the book cards. So this is another thing, a very key to bidding here. We do want to hit a book card, so we want to bid on at least a couple of these guys. Maybe I could hit the Cheevers book, the Guy Lafleur book, the Joe Sakic book, Luc Robitaille, like ones that people aren't going to bid too much on. I know that people are going to outbid me on Mario and on Brodeur, probably even Manon Réaume for that matter. So maybe Vinny Le Cavalier, try the Guy Lafleur. I'm going to have to overpay for the Guy Lafleur, but I'll go for it. So who else can I pick? So let's say Joe Mullen. Joe Mullen, how many times does he appear? 5 times, but he's with Kevin Stevens. He's with Doug Gilmour and Gary Roberts as a trip, so it might be one way to hit Doug Gilmour to bid for the Joe Mullen, because nobody's going to bid on the Joe Mullen. And he's also with this 4-way, so that's a very good one. And then he's in some, and then he has a standalone, so I'm totally going to bid on him. I'll bid on the Joe Sakic. So maybe if I can get him for $15, I'll have a shot at the book card. Modano. How many appearances does Modano have? 15, and he's in the Auto Mems, he's in the Money Players, he's in the magazine card, he's in multi-ways, so he might be good as well. And I'm going to want to bid on a bunch of Habs, I think, so that I have an opportunity at the Storybook Habs multi-way. I want Habs cards, and he's in the Ultimate 4s, so he's in multi-way autos as well. The dual inscriptions would be amazing. I think the dual inscriptions are booklets. So if I really want this card, so the Frank Mahovlich, Pete Mahovlich, I'll bid on the Pete Mahovlich. I'll definitely bid on both the Guy Lapointe and the Yvan Cournoyer trying to hit this one. How prevalent? 10 times. So he's all over the checklist. So if I can get him for under $10, $1 per appearance, I'll be in good shape. And he's in inscription autos, and he's also in dual inscription autos twice over. So Gary Roberts would be another one, right? Because he has 4 appearances on the checklist, and he's in this one. And if I purchase the Joe Mullen and the Gary Roberts, I might be able to get that multi-way. And he appears here again, because I assume Doug Gilmour and Lanny McDonald are more expensive. So maybe if I do the minimum bid on these, I'll be able to hit this card. So I'm going to bid on Lindros. Now, if I hit him outright, I'll be fine. But the thing that I'm concerned about is I could hit a multi-way auto of his and then in the randomization lose it to another flyer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bid on some of the other flyers in his multi-ways and just bid the minimum bid. This way I'll be covered. Even if I lose the randomization, I'll still be good on a Lindros multi-way auto. So Luc Robitaille also looks to be a good one. How many times does he appear in the checklist? 10 times. That's very good. And you notice most of what I'm doing right now is hanging out in the auto section. The other thing too is I might want a Messier, right? Well, I'm probably not going to be able to afford the Messier, but is he in any duels? Is he? Right. So I can bid on the Mike Richter hoping for the Messier, maybe bid on the Paul Coffey and hit the dual Messier. So that's a way to hit the Messier. This one here, Eric Lindros, I'm going to bid on Lindros for sure. And then I could potentially win the Mario. Guy Lafleur, he's in the magazines, he's in the booklet. I'm going to have to overpay. It probably will cost me $3 per name on the checklist because of the fact that he's deceased. But he's in the 6 SIGs, man. And he's in one with Mario, so I'm going to go for it, man. I'm going to go for the Lafleur. All right, and I'll also go for some of the lower names on the booklets. So what did I mention? Guy Lapointe, Dennis Savard, maybe, guys like that. Theo Fleury appears 4 times. Not even, it's 3 times. But he does have an auto, so maybe if I do the minimum bid, I can, and he has 2 autos, actually, 2 standalone autos. I might bid on him if it's only $2-3. Okay, that's it. So I have my strategy. I'm going to go after Lindros, LaFleur, Sakic, Medano, Cheevers, Moog, etc. Minimum bid Habs for sure, some minimum bid Flyers to ensure that I hit the Lindros. I'm going to go after some booklets. So I think I have my strategy together. So let's start bidding. All right, so the auction's over. You can see it was December 14th. And yeah, so I bid on about, 40 names. I was able to secure about 35, 36 names. So my goal was to spend about $250. I spent about $260. And you can see the minimum bids were $249. I rounded it up on my page to $250. I did some rounding, but yeah, so the minimum bid was $249. I did not bid on the Adam Oates because I don't think he had any autos, or he had almost nothing on the checklist. You see the OV went for 15. I don't even think he has an auto. I did get the Anders Hedberg because it does give me a shot at a Bobby Hull. I did do the Andy Moog. Austin Matthews, no, I don't even think he has an auto as well. So you have to be very careful. And, as I said, I bid usually about $1 per appearance on the checklist. People bid $66 typically for Mario. The Jagger went for $56. Jagger has almost nothing on this checklist. It isn't like Leaf in the Game used. The Gordie Howe went for $55, which is absolutely incredible because his cards might all be short prints. So it's not as if they have 45 or 25 appearances like the normal bronze. They might only be parallels numbered to 4 or something because there's only so many stickers left. I couldn't get the Mark Messier 32, but I did bid on some cards to get him if he's in duels. I overpaid. Okay, so I overpaid for the Guy Lafleur. He only has like 10 appearances. But I want that booklet, and he does have some autos, so I decided to go for it. That's one of the ones I went for. Steve Stamkos was too rich for my blood. All of these were too rich for my blood, actually. I don't even think I was able to get Felix. But I have the list of ones that I did get here, and I did want the Ed Belfour, and I didn't get it either because I wanted the booklet of his. The Doug Gilmour, I don't even think I tried to get the Doug Gilmour because I knew I can get him in multi-ways. So I did secure the Lindros, okay? So I secured the Lindros, which is great because there's 17 appearances on the checklist. Bobby Hull, way too much. Brett Hull and Bobby Hull are probably in here, right? So there you go. So here is what I did hit. All right. So I have a list here. We'll go through it. So Anders Hedberg, minimum essentially. I rounded up, rounded the numbers just for ease of simplification. Andy Moog, 650. Bobby Rousseau, basically the minimum. Dave Taylor gives me some shots at some multi-ways. Denis Savard, all these guys have auto. Dennis Hall gives me a shot. I think he's all over the checklist, and he gives me a shot at a Bobby Hull, and he was only $3. So I did the Dennis Hall instead of the Bobby. Dino Ciccarelli has book cards, so that's why I overbid for him. I paid $12 for it. Eric Desjardins is to ensure that I secure any Lindros multi-way. Lindros, there, $19.50 is what I rounded it down or up or whatever. Gary Roberts, Jerry Cheevers. So I was able to get the Jerry Cheevers, who's in some of the booklets. He's all over the checklist, so he's good value for $12, $13. Guy Carbonneau overpaid for maybe $7, $8. Guy Lapointe, $5.50. So I really targeted Habs. Jean Rattel's all over the checklist. Joe Mullen, I did get maybe overpaid $6.50, but he's in a lot of multi-ways. I did get the Joe Sakic for $17. Leclerc again to ensure that anything Lindros related I hit. Kirk McLean, he's in multi-ways, he's a goalie I really like. Muller. So Larry Murphy I got, he's usually a good value in these products. Larry Robinson I got for $10.50, usually how much you pay for him there. Renberg again to ensure any Lindros cards are mine. Mike Keane, Medano. So I did get the Medano, which is pretty good. I did get the Mike Richter for $15.50. Paul DiPietro is a Hab I love, and it was only $2.50. Pete Mahovlich, hoping for the Inscription Duel, which is a booklet. So I did also hit the Peter Forsberg. I think he's in the booklets as well. So that's a good one as well. And I did, in fact, get Sarah Savard, Steve Shutt, Theo Fleury. Ulf Nielsen again gives me a shot at a Bobby Hull, and he's all over the checklist. And I did get the Cornway for only 7, and he has 10 appearances, and he's in a bunch of Habs multi-ways. So I've secured, if I do hit Hab cards, I should be able to win them outright because I have so many of the small boys in there, not the big boys, the small boys as well for only $2.50. All right, so the break's about to occur, guys, so let's go. So really, it's about 35, 36 names that I secured for about $250, $260. That's the price of probably 2 boxes on eBay now. So the question is, can I outperform 6 cards? Because there's 3 cards per box, and I paid the price of 2 boxes. So I need to hit at least 6 cards. Note that he's only pulling he's only pulling 30 cards right now because there's 3 cards per box and there's 10 boxes in a case. He's breaking a case, right? This is a name break, case break, right? So can I outperform? Of the 30 cards, can I secure 6 of them? If I secure at least 6 of them, I haven't thrown my money away in comparison to buying the boxes outright. All right, so let's get going here. So we have the list of names here.
Good evening, good afternoon, everyone. North of 7 here. We got a case of 2023 Elite Ultimate Hockey.
All right.
Break number 10.
So I'm going to just fast forward a bit. And here we go. So here are the first cards. And let's see how we do. And I'll tell you as we go whether it's one of
starting
ours.
Us off here, we got ourselves 10 of 10, Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Peter Stastny, and Michael Goulet.
Okay, so I have Stastny, I have Forsberg, I have Joe Sakic.
Larry Robinson.
I have the Larry Robinson. So I have a shot at the random, and I have that card.
13 of 15, Jan Tournoyer, Dick Duff, Bobby Rousseau, and Serge Savard.
I don't have Dick Duff. I have all 3 names on that card. So the question is, I just don't want the Dick Duff, right? Because I don't have the Dick Duff, but I think I have 3 of the 4 names on that card. So that would be really, really, really good. Wow. So that was a great first box. I crushed that box, but I still have to win randomizations.
It's off here 1 of 4, Ovi, Peter Bondra, Mike Gardner, and Rod Langway.
I think I targeted Gardner. I didn't get him, so I didn't have anything on that card.
So we got a 21 of 25, Paul Coffey.
I got outbid in Paul Coffey, so I didn't get him.
Here's a 5 of 5, Doug Gilmore, Joe Mullen, and Gary Roberts.
Right. I got the Gary Roberts and I got the Joe Mullen guys. So that was my goal. My goal was to target that Doug Gilmore without paying $25 for the Gilmore, $22, whatever it costs. And yeah, the Gary Roberts cost me 4. And the Joe Mullen cost me...
We got 2 of 5 here. Guy Lafleur, Bobby Clark, Marcel Dion, Phil Esposito, Mike Bossy, Daryl Sittler, Brian Trotter.
I have Lafleur on that. I know.
And here's a nice 1 of 25, Marcel Dion.
I don't have Marcel Dion. I usually get him.
1 of 6, Kevin Stevens, Joe Mullen.
So I have an opportunity to Joe Mullen, who I paid $6.50 for. So there I have half of that one, I think. All right, so this is really good. I mean, I'm in a bunch of randomizations already. I've hit some cards outright.
3 of 7, Hendrik Lundqvist, Mark Messier, Brian Leach, and Rod Gilbert.
Don't think I have anything on that one.
Nice one here. 5 of 5, Bernie Parent.
Bernie Parent's too rich for my blood.
And then we got Steve Shutt, Larry Robinson, Guy Laponte, and Jan Cornoyer, 5 of 8.
I think I might have every card, every name on that card. I didn't pay much for those bad boys. Right? I did not overpay for those lowly Habs names. But I think I won that card outright, unless I'm wrong. Just looking at my list here. Wow.
All right, starting
I'm doing
off
really
here,
well.
21 of 25, Mike Modano.
So I have Mike Modano. I paid $12 for him, though.
And we got Ulf Nelson here.
Look at that. So I hit the Ulf Nelson. I got him for the Bobby.
And we
wow,
got
look at
3
this
of 5,
card.
Mario Lemieux, Timo Sonne,
Wow.
Mark Messier, Guido Lafleur, Bobby Hall, and Marcel Dion.
I think I only have Lafleur on that card.
5 to 5 to go.
So we haven't. That's the only
bunch
Lafleur
of
we've hit thus far, and I dropped $32 on it. But some poor guy dropped 60 on Mario and still hasn't hit it. Somebody dropped 55 or 60 on Yager and hasn't hit it. Yager is not prevalent in the checklist. He's not worth $55 for this product, no matter how big his name
5
is.
of 25, Luther Robert, Timo Sonne, Doug Gilmore, Pat LaFontaine, Mike Modano, and Lenny Donald.
All right.
And we got a nice
There you go.
5 of 6, Eric Lindros.
Number to 6. So I hit a
And
Lindros.
here's a 9 of 15, Mike Gardner and Larry Murphy.
I do have Larry Murphy, so I have half of that. So that's another randomization duel. But I really targeted the autos, not those multi-way relics, because you have to win the randomizations. I don't want to be in a 1 of 6. I want to be in like 1 of 2s, right, that are autos.
All right, we got 4 of 4 here. Paul Correa, Brendan Shanahan, Mike Modano, Pat LaFontaine, Steve Yzerman, Adam Oakes, Pierre Turgeon, and Mark Reschi.
I definitely have the Medano.
And we
on
got
there.
Willie O'Reilly, 30 of 23 of.
Mispronounces him.
Nice
Willie
one
O'Reilly.
here. Inscriptions, 1 of 25.
Ooh, look at that.
Easter Epic, Pat
Ah.
LaFontaine.
I didn't land him. You know, Pat LaFontaine's usually really good in these products, and I wanted those inscriptions, but I didn't land an inscription there. That sucks. what I really want is a booklet, of course. Usually there's one booklet per case or two booklets, but I think that might have been in the first
Read on.
wave of
Hold
them.
it.
I don't even think I have anything on here.
Excuse me, Evgeny Nabokov, Hendrik Lundqvist, Jose Theodore, Nikolai Kavagulin, Mika Kiprasov, Thomas Fokon, and Marty Turko.
I usually target goalies, but I had look at that
Dougie
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Nope. Oh,
And we got Rob
oh my
Ramage
God.
here.
I don't have Rob Ramage. I
75.
targeted the Paul DiPietro, not the Rob Ramage inscription. Damn. You know, I have to tell you guys, we haven't seen a booklet.
More.
And in the first wave of these Ultimate boxes, they all had two booklets per case or one booklet per case. And in the second wave, I'm not seeing many booklets. So it might have been a bad strategy to target booklets. Although I've already hit them in the past doing that strategy.
We got Manon Raoul,
I did not bid on her.
There's Barry Melrose.
Look at that.
6 of 25. And Martin Roder,
that's a case
1
hit.
of 20.
He was too much.
Yeah, 1 of 20.
He was too much. I would have bid on him, but he was too much. What we really need to do is win the multi-ways. I think we're in really good shape if we win a bunch of the multi-ways. So no booklet in this case. That sucks because I specifically bid on Cheevers for the booklet. Oh well.
All right, we got 2 of 5. Ocho, Eric Lindros, Adam Oates, Matt Sunny, Mike Modano.
I have Modano and Lindros on that card.
Sergei Fedorov.
All right, so that's a quarter of a chance.
Then we got ourselves here 3 of 3. Ed Belfour.
Wow.
Ending off our case. Out of 25, Steven Stamkos.
Do not have Stamkos. So that case
All right,
ended
let's do a
with a
recap
whimper
here.
for
All our
me.
cards that don't need to be random. All right. So
All right.
first, we're going to do the Ocho here.
All right. I had the Lindros on here and I had the Medano on here.
And it's going to the Mike Modano
Oh,
spot. Congrats.
I had 1 out of 4 chance, at 25% chance, and I just hit it. That's crazy. All right, so far so good. So we're up to 4 cards, I think, at this point. Oh, I don't even know if I have anything on this card. I don't think I have anything on this card. I'll fast forward through it.
Thomas folks. Two.
Oh, he's answering someone's question.
It's this one.
Henrik took that one. I do not have Henrik. I do bid on him sometimes because I love him. All right, who's next?
We got Brent. Adam Oates.
I think Medano's in here.
Pierre Turgeon. And Mark Reschi.
Do I have Mark Recchi? No.
Pierre Turgeon takes it.
Pierre Turgeon. He's not very prevalent in the checklist and is not worth it, I think. Okay, so this is one where I have Larry Murphy. So did he just show me that he randomized it? Boom.
Larry Murphy.
All right, so Larry Murphy got me another card. So I'm up to 5 cards, I think, at this point. All right, I'll take that.
McDonald's, you got a chance at this one, John, with that Gilmore.
All right, I don't even know if I'm on this card at all. Luke,
Mike
Timu.
McDonald, Lanny McDonald.
Timu was too rich for my blood.
Michael Lark.
I don't have Lanny. I don't think I have any of these, actually. Timu.
Timu.
But Timo didn't even, not even an auto.
I think you still got another 1 or 2.
All right, so what's next here?
Out of 5
Ooh,
here.
this is the big boy here,
Marley
kids.
Timo Sane, Mark Messi, Guy Lafleur, Bobby Hall, Marcel Guillaume.
All right, this is huge here because I only have one. I only have one card, one name. Sorry, I only have one name on this one. I have the flower, right? I dropped $32 on Guy Lafleur, and I only have 1 in 6 chance here. But if I hit it, it's massive. This is a massive card. It has Mario and Timu and Mark Messier.
Bobby and Marcel.
This is crazy.
Nice card
right
here. Good luck wins it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! That's a huge card. So that's, but I dropped $32 on the card. The card's maybe $100 card. I don't know. It doesn't matter what he does here because I have every single name on this one. So what am I up to? 6, 7, including this one. I think I'm in the green at this point.
And
Yvon. Yeah, I have Yvon Conway. I have them all. It doesn't matter what he does here.
Larry Robinson.
So
takes
Larry,
it.
I take it with the Larry Robinson, and I drop 1050 on that. Okay, so Larry Robinson cost me 1050. Plus, I already hit
All right, then we got
a
ourselves
auto
a
relic
Henrik
of his,
Lundqvist,
didn't I?
Mark Messier, Brian Leach, and Rod Gilbert.
I don't think I have any of these.
So we got Hendrick.
Here, let's just fast forward it.
Spot takes it.
Oh, the Messier took it. Well, Messier gets Mount Rushmore at least, but I mean, he was like $35 or $32 for that spot, so that
All
was
right,
just
we got Kevin Stevens and Joe Mullen now.
so I have Joe Mullen. I dropped 6 for him, and Kevin Stevens I often get, but maybe not in this product. I usually get Kevin Stevens because he's on multi-ways with Mario.
Stevens,
So you don't want to drop $60 on Mario, you drop $6 on the Kevin Stevens. But I have the Mullen here. Boom!
Mullen
All
takes
right. All right. This is ridiculous. I'm killing these randoms. Which means I'm not going to kill them next time, by the
Daryl
way.
Taylor, Brian Trottier.
I think Lafleur's in this one. I would have to hit the Lafleur. I think I only have one name on this one. Let's see.
Marcel Dion.
Bobby Clark is usually good value, by the way, guys.
Bill
And Marcel Dion is
Esposito.
great value, typically.
Mike Bossy.
He's so underappreciated.
Daryl Sittler.
I don't have any of this.
And Brian Trottier.
I only have Guy
Good
Lafleur.
luck.
I don't have Brian Trottier. I only have Lafleur here.
All right. Mike Bossy taking it.
Wow, Bossy is not on this checklist, dude. He's only in multi-ways, so he's not good value at all.
It's for you here, John.
Had he had an
Good
auto, it'd be-
luck.
wait.
Gary
Okay,
Roberts.
so
See if we can get this for you here, John.
this is
Good
a big
luck.
deal here. So I specifically bought the Joe Mullen
It's a beautiful hit here.
for the
Then we got Dougie.
Gilmore.
Joe and Gary.
Gary Roberts.
luck,
I
John,
dropped
if
$4
you're
on the
still here.
Gary Roberts, by the way.
Good luck.
So don't do Dougie. That's all. Anything but Dougie.
Oh.
Boom. So there you go. So the Joe Mullen, which I
Bill Mullen takes it.
strategized,
Oh, we tried.
that's amazing. So that's amazing. So
Dougie took it for
I
3
bought
of
the
the
Gary
rounds.
and the Joe to
Oh,
hit
yeah,
that
Ovi,
card.
Peter Blondra, Mike Gardner, Rod Langway.
I don't have any of these. I'm going to fast forward this. I'm curious who wins this. Does Alex Ovechkin? Mike Gardner.
Mike Gardner takes it.
Sometimes I take him. I definitely don't have Mike Gardner. But notice that somebody dropped $15 on the OV and hasn't hit
It's a
Squad
bar.
Douche. Okay, this one, I have every name except for
So, yeah.
I don't have the Dick
Dick.
Duff. Oh, I'm gonna cry if it's Dick Duff.
Bobby. And Serge.
So I have 3 of the 4 names because I got Bobby Rousseau for $275. Anything but Dick.
And it's going to Yann Cornelier.
So all right, so Cournoyer cost me $7. I mean, the resale value of these cards isn't very high because the market's so soft right now. But in terms of
Joe
the,
Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Peter Stastny, and
I lost count in terms of how many cards
We're
we
going to do
hit.
last name since we
I've
have
honestly
2
lost
Peters.
count. I've hit almost all the randomizations I was in. This is ridiculous. Which
Barely
means,
beat
by
this
the way,
purple
guys, I'm going to lose all the
Steven Sakic here.
randomizations next
All right,
time,
so
right?
we have Joe Sakic,
Mathematically
so we're gonna do
speaking.
Sakic, then Peter Forsberg, so we're going to do Forsberg.
I have
Then we got
Sakic.
Peter Stastny.
What really sucks
So
is
we're
there was no
gonna do
booklet in this case.
Stastny.
And I picked
And
Forsberg
Michael
and
Gulak.
Sakic for the booklet, for a shot at the
Michael
booklet, and the
Gulak.
Jerry Cheevers, who I haven't hit.
All
So
right, let's get our
we got
last
screwed.
random of our
There's no
break. Good
real
luck,
case
everyone.
hit in here, except for the Marty Brodeur and that multi-way. Boom.
All right.
So
Joe Sakic
I
takes
do have
it.
Sakic. So the
Congrats.
Sakic at least won me this.
There you go, Joe Sakic. Spot.
It won me that Mount Rushmore. I absolutely annihilated the
Oh,
randomization.
fun, and that's you? This one? Beautiful. Lafleur, Hall, Dion,
See that?
Lemieux, Saline, Messier.
He just asked if it was me.
There you go, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you,
Beautiful
brother.
hit there.
Thank you, brother.
Beautiful hit.
Thank you.
Very nice. All right, everyone. That concludes our break here.
He was
2023
happy
Leaf
it was me.
Ultimate Hockey. This was break
This is the
number
nice
10.
thing about a
Thank you guys
community.
so
We
much
know
for
who each
breaking
other
us here
is at
north of
this point.
7. I wish you all the best of the rest of your day and hope to see you through.
There, look at that. Thanks for the LaFleur 6-way. See? Awesome. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed joining me in a name break. See some of my other videos on this stuff in terms of my strategy for name break, group breaks. So I doubt I'll do that well again in a randomization, but I did have a strategy. So understand that I weighted it in my favor. I made a point when I got the Lindros, I bought Renberg and I bought Eric Desjardins and I bought Leclerc or whoever else I bought. I bought other names in case I hit a multi-way and I didn't hit the Lindros. Luckily, I won a Lindros outright. The Lafleur I overpaid for. That was the one name I just overpaid hoping it hit it, and luck of the draw, 1 out of 6, I ended up hitting the Mario one. But the strategy I used was if I wanted to hit a card with Habs, so I bought Larry Robinson for $10, I bought all the other little names for $250, $250, $250 in case there was a randomization to secure the randomization. So a couple of cards I won outright because I had all those lowly names. And why would I do that? Why would I pay $250 for those names? Because I looked at the checklist and saw that they were on multi-ways for one. The other thing is I was offsetted against, if I go for a Mario Lemieux, let's say I buy a Mario Lemieux, that's going to cost me $67 to bid on that. So why not save that money? Don't go all in on the Mario Lemieux. Use the $67 for lowly names at $250 a piece to guarantee me all these other spots to win the randomization. So that was my strategy. The other strategy I had, which was a big fail here because there was no case hit in this case, by the way, is I tried to target inscription booklets, storybook booklets, and the auto relic booklets, right? So that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. So I ended up with, 12 cards. So in summary, guys, I hit the equivalent of 4 boxes per case, or 40% of the cards in the case, while paying something akin to 15% to 20% of the case, or 2 boxes within the case. So that was a success, and I hit mostly Habs, right? Because I targeted Habs. And I did really hit the case hit as well, because the case hit was obviously that multi-way with Mario and Timu and Messier and Flower. So that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, coming with me through a group break, a really good group break. I've had a lot of good group breaks, but it has to do with the strategy. The strategy helps you with the randomizations for sure. But how would I feel if I hadn't lost all those randomizations? I would have been okay as long as my strategy worked, right? It's all about not overbidding and having a strategy. So quickly, let's go through the cards as I have them in person right now. So there you go. So we can go through the prices of each one. I mean, this spot was like $19.50, and think about the spots that I paid for and it didn't hit necessarily. Kevin Stevens, Joe Mullen, so hit a duel to 6. This one was numbered to 5, so that's pretty nice. So I did pay for the Joe Mullen, Gary Roberts, as mentioned, numbered to 5. So in order to hit the Doug Gilmour All in Flames jerseys, hit this one as well. Overpaid for the Joe Sakic, trying to hit the booklet, of course. There, the Larry Murphy and the Mike Gartner, as well as the Larry Robinson. Continuing on, we do have this one here, so numbered to 8. I had all of these, fortunately, and it was Larry Robinson who won, so he was well worth the $10.50. I hit from the Medano looking for a booklet. I hit these 2. This one's actually really, really cool. Huge names on here as well, and it's a nice looking card. And so I think it's only numbered to 6. It's 5 or 6. It's 5. 5. So I was trying to hit a Bobby Hull with this. This one here, again, I paid almost nothing for the lowly names here, and unfortunately just dodged the Dick Duff. And this really was the key to the break, numbered to 5. Overpaid for the Guy Lafleur, and lo and behold, he wins me the 1 out of 6 chance to hit all the big boys I was gunning for. This guy typically is affordable, but the Bobby Hull and all that usually are overpriced, certainly a Timo Solani, Mark Messier. And it's numbered to 5, so that was really the case hit, obviously, along with perhaps the Marty Brodeur. So that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Do stay tuned for more breaks, and I have a bunch of old school boxes to break as well, and OPG is coming up as well, so stay tuned for that. How many full cards? Do me the honor of sub, liking, hashtagging, driving full cards live and direct from a place called Brooklyn, New York City.